Oh man, what is going on today? It's Sunday, holiday weekend. Just got back from the Walmarts because I need to do an oil change on the blue truck. I still have a few thousand miles before I would normally change it at 15. But I figure why not take advantage of it? That way I don't have to worry about coming back home for some odd reason, something happens, and I can go out and run. So I just picked up a 5-gallon 15W40. That's what I run right there. Two gallons, a gallon of this, because I always use this. And then this is 2.5. So what I'll do is I'll put that in 5 gallons. Well, I'll put that in first. Then I'll put 5 gallons, 7.5, so it's 8.5. Then I'll put about half of that in. And then I just picked this up too from Harbor Freight because I need a toolbox. I've talked about that. Couldn't find any that would drop down in cheers to you, that would just drop down into the, you know, cubby of the frame is what I would have liked. There's aluminum ones at, oh god, where is that? Iowa 80 that I checked out one time when I was over there. Sorry, I'm unhooking a battery for the blower and or god, what is that? Weed eater. So I got the battery power operated shit. Just do Bluetooth here. Let me get back in. And big wagon there. I wanted to get something, and then I'm talking to James Pretty and Garrett about that stuff because I just got too much weight in the truck with everything that's in there, like all the straps, chains and binders. I only have a certain amount of room for that stuff, and I'd like to take some of that weight off the cab. So I got this on here now for my ship, but then if you see that, you know, the truck's running because I'm getting ready to move it and do that oil change over the wash bay too. That way it can get washed when it's done, because it is quite dirty. And see how this is poking out? This is holding it right there, so it's fine. It's not going anywhere. But that box would be about perfect to set right there, because my shit slid back right now, which it can come forward. And even if it's forward, nothing's going to hit that box. So, you know, because I got that bike that's always hanging off back here. Never had any problems with it hitting anything. For some odd reason, if I need to slide that fifth wheel back just a couple notches, if I get like a reefer or something like that, I'll be fine. And pulling that the trailer Friday that I pulled from Louisville to Wixom, you know, it had that cone on the front, that wind blocker. I don't know what you call it. They called it a cone, but that wouldn't be affected by that box at all. So be able to throw that up there, and that'll be nice. I bought a lock for it so I can lock it, and then I bought a black strap so I can get rid of that orange one. And I'll probably honestly strap it at the same spot where it was at when I do it, because I can do that. And that's about it. So we're just backing her up into wash bay 2. I'll take some shit out that I don't need in the side box before I jack it up. I will do that. And I'll change the oil right there, and I'll wash it when I'm done right here, because I need to do the year-end review, and I'd like to have the trucks set up kind of next to each other, something like this, where I'm sitting in front of the blue truck, Frank's right there, blah blah blah, and we're talking about how it's been the last year of me running out with my own authority, things to do, things not to do, who to work for, who not to work with, things of that nature. You know, how I did. I mean, number wise, I don't know how in detailed I'll get, because I don't have my stuff back from my tax guy yet. So, but I mean, I know about the range of what I made and the amount of months. And it's funny when you talk to people like the state people or federal people, they think you make way more money than what you do. And it's like, actually, dude, no, I'm getting hosed by these fucking brokers out here. So I'm not making that much, but that's trucking. So the old side box, get in the old side box. No lot lizards. That big dick salty seaman, Meridian Beach, to Bucky's, Treasure Island, Hollywood Beach, Florida, Bull Snot, Firewire, Ron John, Pilot, Roller Skate, Nokomis, Clearwater, Born to Skate. I'll probably bust those skates out one of these days. I need to get them out and do some shit, just get some exercise going. I feel, you know what, but I need to get into this side box too. Yeah, all this stuff right here, like the truck not coming on. Yeah, and then around the corner there. All of this stuff under this box now can get pulled out of here and put back in there, except maybe I'll keep these in there, I don't know. But I do have a shitload of these I want to get out of here and put in there. I want to be able to put those in there and stack them up, that way they're not sitting there banging around in the thing. I'll probably keep, you know, like 1 or 2 of the small ones, like this orange one right here. I always keep like one of these and a yellow one handy real quick, that way just in case I need to grab one out real fast and do something on the side of the road. I don't necessarily want to have to be unlocking something, unstrapping something completely, but I mean, honestly, could do that in probably about 5 minutes, so it really ain't no big deal. And that's what's going on. So I'll get to doing this stuff. I'll cut you out and bring it back later when we start getting it on and we start talking about things. So this may be boring to some people, but to other people this may be educational and extremely helpful, because you may be getting ready to start your own journey with your own authority and you want to do your own thing. And you want to be the way I see it is, I took control of the circus and now I'm the ringleader, instead of just being a clown for somebody else. So that's what's up. On the show, on the Chad Keegan YouTube channel. Left the house today at about 10:30, ran over to Point, got splashed, topped myself off because that was the cheapest fuel I could get it for $3.08. And I'm just over South Bend right now getting this little pup yellow here. It's going to Peoria, Illinois. Can't drop it until the morning, unfortunately. But then tomorrow I've got a load picking up in Morris, Illinois, a walking floor that is going to Coolville, Ohio. So I'll have to try and find something. I'm dropping that on Friday. Have to try and find something for Friday to get me probably back up to the house, but that load pays good. This one pays $800 for 219 miles. Except I'm gonna run around Chicago. I'm gonna run 31 south to 24 and then take it over. So it's gonna be a little bit more miles, not too bad though. And then, you know, just go over that way. That way I don't have to deal with it, because I can't drop this today since the place closes at 3 and I'm not going to get over there until 5, even if I did take 80 and all that BS to Chicago. So let's truck him. But the guy said that I got his number, because I'll probably do this again, and he told me I'd come over at 9 o'clock in the morning and pick it up. So I said okay, that's probably what I'll end up doing then the next time. And then you know, being able to make it to where I can drop it and then go move on to the next thing. But yeah, tomorrow I'm picking up the walking floor and I'm running it over to Coolville. It's 480 some miles for $1,300, $1,350. And then Sunday I've got some couple carnival moves in Ohio, down by Columbus going up towards Akron, 360 total miles for $1,100. So not too bad. Chatty's making his way, so hopefully Friday I can find some down south area to get me back up north to the house, or maybe the Dane Scott show. I don't know if I make it there, I make it there. If I don't, I don't. That's trucking. So you know how it is when you're out in the truck in your truck. I don't know if I know this guy or not, but I might know this guy coming at me here. them yesterday as soon as I got the contact numbers for the people that I'm dropping to, because it says their thing is 8 to 3 and they left a phone number. There was no phone number for the guy that I was going to pick up today, so I couldn't call him. And when I'm talking to him, he's like, no, I'm here at 9. I don't know why nobody comes at 9 a.m. I said, because they got it on a paper saying that you can only come between 1 and 3. They said you were a stickler, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, I don't care. I'm here at 9. If somebody wanted me to be here 2 days in a row for these, I would be, blah, blah, blah. I live an hour away in Chicago. All I need to do is let me know. And I said, let me get your phone number, because if I do more of these, I'm coming in first thing in the morning. I don't really care, because I honestly, if I'd have known that place was going to be open until 5, I may have took my chances and ran around Chicago and just kind of bounced around what I could that was backed up and all the heavy traffic. But you got to deal with the toll booths, you got to deal with stupid shit like that. And I probably ran 30 across over to Maryville trying to jump on, I believe it was 65, and then go over or down or run around, you know what I mean, and jump on 294 there and get down, run around Juliet and get on to 57 and head south. But you know, when you don't know and somebody's telling you something, that's something you got to be mindful. If you got numbers, you might as well call them. Worst case scenario, the guy's gonna be like, no, you can't come, we do close at 3, at least you know. But like, I should have known better and called them. But I mean, it don't matter. I got my load booked for tomorrow. They already know that. I would have just dropped the trailer in Peoria and then boogied up to Morris, because there's a pilot up there. So I could have stayed at that pilot, picked that trailer up first thing in the morning, or I already signed that BOL and got the paperwork with me. I could have called him and said, hey, where's this trailer at? Can it get picked up anytime or what? Or is it time? At least I would have known. But I did call the guy. He says, yeah, he'll be there at 8 a.m., which is 9 a.m. my time, you know. So I'll be dropping that bitch off at 8 and then boogieing up north to get that trailer and then scooting on down to Coolville. And I mean, I'm making enough off it. If I wanted to, I could go up to the house and go out of route on 24 and go up to the house and then just drop back down and stay the night at the house and then get up early Friday morning and run the rest of the way if I wanted to. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens tomorrow. You know what I mean? See how I feel. If I feel like trucking, I'll truck. If I don't, I'll go home for the night. See my wife. Drink a few beers. So if not, I'll just go down there. We'll see. I'm back. I'm at the pilot in Normal, or Bloomington, Illinois, if you will. And I just walked down to the Cabovers and got me a deluxe sandwich, some fries, and some cheese curds, which I still got a few. Some Wisconsin cheese bites. And in Illinois, they sell beer gas stations, so I got me a Buc-ee's. Oh, yeah, I got a chocolate milkshake that I already drank. I drank that on the walk back. It's like, I don't know, 2 blocks, if that. Wasn't bad. Push the button so I could cross traffic a couple times. This guy in this Maverick truck must be out of hours or something. Just keeps on. There's 3 rows of parking here. It says there's 80 spots at this place, but there's no way there is. And if I didn't have showers here, I would have probably parked at the TA, because it is a little less. I think it's bigger. Or there's a Love's that's north. I'm on off 57, I think, 74, 57 meet. I'm headed up to Peoria in the morning to drop this. I'm going to Morris, Illinois to pick up a, I think 40-some foot, 45-foot walking floor used that's going to an auction in Coolville, Ohio. So that's on tomorrow's mark. And then, like I pretty sure I told you, I got some amusement rides for Sunday night scheduled. Guy called me this morning. I'm out on the front porch because I told you how the broker says I can't be there till from 1,300 hours and 1,500 hours, the only time you can pick that stuff up is what the guy's trying to say. These fucking people. I'm like right on the end. I'm right on the end next to the grass lot over here. And there was pretty much, everything was full when I pulled in, but there was a box truck in front of me and there was a semi truck behind, and there was enough room for me to squeeze in there. So I had to do the old parallel park. Well, my trailer kept on jacking out on me. So luckily the guy in the box truck was sitting up there and he moved forward for me. So I was able to finagle in here. There's enough room for me to back up and to be able to pull out and not have any problems. But I mean, I could pull out right now where he's at and have no problems. So at 7:15, I'm sitting there looking on the load boards for around Peoria, and I see that there's a place in Morris, Illinois for a company that I've worked with before. And like 8 o'clock comes around, I'm outside doing something again, and next thing you know, he's messaging me, hey, do you want this load? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, what is it? He's like, they said 30,000 pounds. He's like, I've got 8 that need to be moved. They're, he had them on the board for $12.50, and I said, well, what is it? He's like, I'll give you a walking floor. I said, is it empty or full? He's like, there might be some stuff in it, but I don't know. And I'm like, it'll be legal weight and dimensions. I said, okay, whatever. So I figured it's probably empty, you know, empty walking floor going to an auction. Why would somebody fill something up that's going to an auction or something like that if that's the case? But so I said, okay, is that the best you can do on the rate? He's like, I got them posted for 13. For you, I'll do 13.50. I'm like, cool, man, that's what's up. So that's how I get treated. Then I got a call from my other guy when I was driving. He's like, hey, we got these. They're by Columbus. They need to go up by Akron. It's 120 miles one way. He said, I got 3, 2 are 20,000 pound, 146,000. I said, I'm not pulling it with this spring ride. I'm not going to tear this truck up pulling the heavy ass shit. I don't care. 40 is like the max that I'll pull with it, just because, you know, I don't have a problem. I used to do this shit all the time and pulling those containers around, but I'm the one dictating the loads that I pull, and I don't necessarily have to pull heavy shit if I don't want to, so I'm not going to. Jesus, these people are gonna make it to where you can't even fucking get around this corner pretty soon. But oh, there you go. Pull up right there, bud. I would laugh if this guy's like mirror got taken off or something for parking there like a dumbass. But I mean, that's what it is. You know, yesterday was a fucking frustrating day because I dealt with this guy. I messaged this guy on the weekend about a load going from Fort Wayne over to Pittsburgh area. 28 or 40 foot trailers, and I figured they were coming out of the yellow stuff is what I figured. So Monday at like 7:45, he gets a hold of me. We start emailing back and forth. I try to call him. I say, here's my number, call me. He emails me back and says, no, I'll work through email only, that's it. And I'm like, who the fuck does this? Because a lot of people are like, I won't do email, you gotta call me if you want this load. Because they just don't want to dick back and forth with, like, you know, emails, checking emails, texting, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So I'm emailing the motherfucker. I got to get a insurance certificate filled out. So I'm talking Progressive at the time, and this guy calls me. So I call him back. He's like, yeah, I was just returning your call. It's blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, hey, it's me. You know, I'm talking to you. He puts me on hold. Then he hangs up on me. Then he's like, oh, you're dealing with my partner. Call. You gotta deal with him. And then hangs up on me. I'm like, you cocksucker. So after about 4 hours of back and forth with this dude, he told me the rate was $650 at the beginning. He reneges on it and says that it's only for $600. I'm like, no, dude, you told me $650. That's what I'll pull it for. He's like, I said, if not, you wasted fucking my time, and I'm done with your dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? I'll find another load. I don't give a shit. So he's like, yeah, that's all I can do it for. So I'm like, fuck it. Then I just never replied back to him. I never gave him the time of day, but they worked out fine because I ended up booking this load that I got, this little pup trailer. But it was a straight pain in the ass too, because I had to sign an interchange agreement. Then I had to call and get $60K worth of interchange added onto my insurance policy because the $60K of non-owned trailer insurance wasn't good enough for them since I signed that thing. And they're like, oh yeah, your bill's gonna go up. It was prorated, so it only was up like $18 till the end of my thing, which is pretty soon here. It's going to be on June the 7th. My insurance expires and my account renews, which I don't know if I'll renew it or not. I've got another option that's a little bit cheaper that I may go with them, but I've been with Progressive for like 5 years, so it's kind of hard to just pull out of them and you know, do something else. So it's just irritating. So I dealt with this guy 3 times. First he calls me up, he says, hey, you signed just to see on. I said, that's my signature, dude. I'll take a picture of my license for you, because it was his compliance team that was giving him a hard time, which is probably just one person that doesn't have anything better to do but to nitpick everybody else's stuff because their life sucks. So I get that taken care of. Then he's like, oh, well, you got to put your name down by owner/owner. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You're on the phone with me. You know I'm the only guy doing this stuff. I'm doing everything by myself, just like I always do. Nope, got to do that. So I'm like, fine, I do that. Then he calls me back and he's like, yeah, man, you got to get this. So I call the insurance because at first he's like, everything's good. We're just waiting on your insurance. I'm like, dude, I had him send the shit like an hour ago, but it was to this weird wonky email that they want stuff to. So it probably didn't go through. So then next thing you know, I'm like, I call her, I have her do it, and then she does it. He gets it, and then he calls me back with the $60K, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Jesus Christ me. So I literally talked that dude probably 6 or 7 times on the phone before I ever got a rate con or anything like that. But it was less miles than what that load was yesterday that I was going to run over to Pittsburgh, and it kind of worked out because I was able to get this other load going down to the walking floor, going down to Coolville, and that pays really well. And then Sunday, the loads I'm doing, I'm getting $3 a mile on. This was it was probably going to be around 280, maybe 300. I don't know, I'd have to check my I haven't even went through my logbook yet. As soon as I got here, I got out and smoked. 254. So I did 254 plus what I got to do tomorrow, which is I think 20 some miles to Peoria. I'll look real quick. Let's see. 46, 254, so close to 300 miles total for that run. Let's see. $266 a mile is what I'm getting here. So that's not too bad for this. Anything over 250 is good. Anything under 185, you're basically making a couple $100 and paying for your fuel to get somewhere. Now, somebody asked, because I do have a YouTube video that just went up. It's Wednesday. It's, let's see, it is 8 o'clock in Ohio. It's 7:02 in Illinois. And I had a video go up at 6, and somebody asked me in that video, why don't you just top off? Well, I'll tell you why I don't top off, and I say this all the time. I just don't think people realize or listen. Sometimes they just don't pay attention to this stuff, and they don't get it. But you get a shower for every 50 gallons you get, okay? If you get 100 gallons, you only get 1 shower. So once you hit 50, you get a shower. But once that thing keeps on going, you only get 1 shower after 50. You don't get 2 showers because you got 100 gallons, you only get 1 shower. So what I do is I get 50 gallons at a time so I can get more showers. Plus, I only put in what I'm gonna use. If I know the truck's gonna be sitting at the house, that was Friday at about like 1 o'clock, noon, 1 o'clock. I knew that once I dropped that load, I probably wasn't gonna find anything because I was kinda nosed around on the load boards here and there in between me getting there to go and up there, blah, blah, blah. So I'm sitting there and I know that I'm probably just gonna bobtail home. I want enough fuel to get me to where I need to go and to bobtail home and just a little bit more so I can run to Napoleon, because that's where I can get the cheapest fuel. I'm just gonna put in what I need to do to run the load. That's it. That's how you make money, and you don't like spend too much money on fuel. I don't need 75 gallons worth of diesel sitting in my tanks if I'm not going to use them. What happens if I'm at home on the weekend and then some jackass comes and steals my diesel? Now, if someone comes and tries to steal these trucks, I don't want no fucking diesel fuel in them. I want the bare minimum. That way they ain't going to get far. Besides, they probably wouldn't anyways, because we would hear them start up and the dogs would bark. So that's just what it is. But yeah, I'm just hanging out here. Need to do that authority, 1 year authority recap for you guys. This is just some of the BS that you deal with, but you know, that's trucking. So I'll as soon as I get home and it's decent, the weather's decent. I would have done it this weekend, but the weather was shitty. It was cold and like 60 degrees and raining half the time and super windy, so it would have been a shitty video for me to try to sit in front of the trucks and talk. So this is a little bit spiel, but this is just everyday BS, you know what I mean? I didn't work Monday because it was a holiday. I didn't work yesterday because they fucked me over on the loads, and I couldn't get it until today anyway, so I wouldn't have been running the shit yesterday. I would have got it today and I would have ran it over. Then I probably would end up getting stuck somewhere for some odd reason and not been able to drop it, so then I would have been shitty. But this kind of worked out, and I always think I wasn't mad. Kim was in going into Aldi's. We were headed up to Aldi's to get her some groceries and stuff before I took off, because she knew I was gonna leave, and she had priors, you know, take care of some people. Her niece's birthday was this weekend, blah blah blah, you know how it goes. So she wanted to get some stuff, some supplies. I want to get some supplies for her, make sure she was taken care of before I left. That way she don't have to worry about leaving the house, because she don't have to leave the house. She's not going to. So I'm on my way up. I'm talking to this guy, and he's like, yeah, and she's like, you're not going to be happy. And then my guy Nick from Cadillac Freight emailed me about some possible loads that he always emails me the list of stuff that they got and whatnot. So I'm like, yeah, no, fuck that guy. I'm not even gonna respond to him. He can kiss my ass, you know. No response is better than an argument back and forth with some jackass broker that's doing nothing but fucking emailing you because he's too much of a bitch to pick up the phone when you call, you know, and be straight with you. Like, he could have said, yeah, I got to get a hold of these people. It may take a few hours, blah blah, instead of dicking around and dragging it out and wasting my time, you know what I mean? So shitty about that, but it's what it is. Everything got taken care of, so it was fine, because I ended up getting this other load and stuff like that, these other loads. So I wasn't mad when I was going in Aldi's. I said, it's just what it is. I had emailed somebody about another load on Truck Smarter, and then I didn't hear anything back from them on it, so I guess it's what it is, which is fine, because it would have been like bobtail 115 miles, then run a load like 85 or something like that for $500, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that, and then I'll just find something else, because that's easy money, you know. It's 40,000 pounds, oh well, I'll do it for, if I'm only running the thing 53 miles, I'll do it, whatever. So I wasn't mad. Shit worked out in the long run, because then I was still looking on the load boards when I was going through, like, she went into the Goodwill to look at some stuff, and then I found that load for this load while I was on the load board. While she was in there, I was able to call the guy. He sent me the stuff. We went over to Meijer. We had to get some eggs, whatever. She went in the store. I said, I'm gonna look at the load boards. I'll be in when I'm in. If you come back out, you know where I'm at, you know, while I handle this. So I had to like sign the papers and stuff like that, do all that, fill out the carrier packet, and send all that stuff back to him. So it's just one of them situations where sometimes, and she knows that because she rode in the truck with me down to Florida. She was in the truck for 15 days. We lived out of the truck for 15 days, except for the time we're in a hotel on the beach, you know, big deal. But she knows what it takes from me doing everything myself, and how I operate and all that good stuff. So it wasn't a big deal, you know. She didn't really complain. I got everything taken care of, and I'm out making money, and she knows I'm out handling business. So it's just what it is. I'm gonna get back in this trailer one of these before I drop it. Before I leave tomorrow morning, I may check it out, see if there's any straps or anything in there.
always look in them. If there's something in them, I'm getting it out, because the guy didn't open the door. The guy could have probably cared less, and the guy probably wouldn't give a shit if I took a strap, you know, out of it. So I'll take it if it's there. Cheers to you. I'm not ranting, I'm just talking. I'm just letting you know what's going on, because sometimes shit happens and that's what goes on. But yeah, I'll make some decent scratch this week on that load. 1350, under 500 miles, so that's not bad. And then $3 a mile for the carnival moves, or the amusement rides on Sunday night. And I didn't even really have to work. I just hope I can find something from Coolville, is down by West Virginia on the state line, south like Hocking Hills area. It's like 90 miles from Columbus, which isn't too bad. So if I needed to stay down there the weekend, I probably could make it happen and deal with it. And then just go up Sunday night, get what I need to. And then when I drop them in Akron, it'll probably be, because I can pick them up at 8 o'clock at night. It'll probably be, it's 120 miles, so it's a 2-hour one way, 2 hours back, 2 hours. So it's a 6-hour trip for $1,100. Ain't bad. It'll probably take me maybe $200 worth of fuel, because that'll be over 50 gallons. So that'll probably be what it is. And then I'll probably just pull over and sleep for a few hours, wake up in the morning, try to find a load around that area, and boogie on out of there, because I won't be too far from Alliance, Ohio. Now, if they got some walking floors or some of that brand new stuff moving out of Alliance, Ohio, I may just jump on one of those and tell Kim, hey, I may dip out for a couple weeks. I don't know. But there's the Dane Scott shows this weekend, which I probably won't make unless I got something that went up there. And then I have to bobtail all the way back down to Columbus or whatever. Then I don't want to be doing a bunch of bobtailing. I just don't. I want to try to conserve some things. The only time I'm bobtailing is when I'm going home. Other than that, I'm not going to try to bobtail to shows for, you know, that's over 100 miles. I'm just not going to do it. So, and then there's the American Truck Historical Society Nationals in York, PA, the following weekend. And then the following weekend after that is the largest antique truck show in Montague, PA, the following weekend. So there's a bunch of shows coming up this weekend, or this month in June. Will I make any? I don't know. I'm out to make money. I'm going to go to the shows I want to go to. If I make it to a show. Now, if I'm stuck somewhere and there's a little car show, I'm going to look up for car shows, or I'm going to ask people around at like gas station stuff, you know, if any car shows are going on. Because if there's those little car shows, you know, where people bring their old like a car show, I'll pull into there, man, and just sit for a day, grab some beer and hang out and talk to people that I don't know. Because sometimes little kids at car shows get more excited than big kids at truck shows about my truck. So it's whatever, man. I'm gonna get off here because I'm gonna call my wife and see what she's doing. Give me a little FaceTime action, if you know what I mean. So
well, we dropped that trailer this morning. That went smooth. That guy, that broker said, hey man, next week we've got a ton of these going out. You want some? Where you gonna be? I said, dude, best thing for you to do is just call me and say, hey, where you at? And I can let you know. Other than that, I don't know where I'm going to be. And I said, that's what all the other brokers do. So that's nice. He's like, you're a good carrier. We want to use you again. So that's cool. But I don't, you know, that whole making an interchange on there. I got to talk to the insurance and see if I can have one or the other. So I guess we'll keep up on that. But 25 miles per hour. I'm on my route, en route to the next stop to pick up that other trailer. So we'll see once we get that walking floor.
Oh man, what is going on? Look at that old boy right there.
So the GPS and stuff, I went and picked this trailer up in Morris, Illinois, and GPS wanted me to run down through Indy, and I was taking all these weird back roads to get over to 65, and I thought to myself, man,
He wanted me to run 70 across, and I'm like, man, 70 is rough. 70 would have beat the shit out of me. I hate 70. From Indy to Ohio, the line, it is just nothing but rough. So I thought to myself, man, why not go like 30 miles, maybe 35 miles out of route and come to the house and spend the evening with my wife. So I did. But yeah, this is what I picked up. It's a 45-foot walking floor, and this tarp was on the other side, so I cranked it over when I got there, and then the dude coming was showing me how to figure out how to get the handle, because I didn't realize that there was a slip thing and it flipped over. But it's hanging down some. It's not all the way up under the thing like it should be. So what's weird is once you start going down the road, the wind sucks it up because the tarp lifts and it makes it tight, which is kind of annoying. But that's trucking. But yeah, man, this thing's got like really decent tires on it and shit. Michelin, Yokohama, Hankook. They're all deep tread though. And it probably weighs maybe 20K. I don't know. There's nothing in the back, they say. It's empty. So I just boogied across Illinois. Did 398 miles today. So just hauled ass. Figured I'd come home for the night, and then I'll leave at like, it's a 4-hour trip. I think the place opens up at 8 tomorrow. Had to worry about that. I'd probably throw the bike on there and be okay, but I'd really like to find something that comes back, because there's a gentleman that lives uptown here, just right down the road in the little town of up there, the Diamond Town, the Diamond Village of Ohio. He is getting a Freightliner Cabover delivered to him on Saturday. Someone's bringing it from Illinois over to him, and he's gonna buy it. And I told him if I was around, I'd come over and check it out, make sure that everything was cool on it before he went and gave the guy cash, and they took off with his money and left him a truck. So yeah, blue truck did all right today. Cruised down the road. Just boogieing, man. I had somebody, a gentleman at I stopped in Plymouth, Indiana at the Pilot to grab a splash because I needed some, and there was a gentleman there, and he said, hey, I'm gonna give you a name and a phone number. I want you to call him next week. You want to sell this truck? I said, you want to buy it? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna give you my name and my phone number. I said, just look me up, dude. I said, if you want to buy the truck. I said, well, how much? He's like, well, how much you want for it? I said, 50K. Because that's the number I always tell somebody out on the road, because nobody's ever serious when they talk. They always just bump their gums. So I figured, I'll tell him 50K. If he wants the truck bad enough, he'll, try to Jew me down or something, or at least shoot me another offer, which he did not. So, well, we'll see. I just told him, I never got his name. I never got his phone number. I just said, look me up on YouTube. That's how you get a hold of me. If you want the truck, we'll talk. But yeah, I should have gave my name and number, but dudes like that, they just come up running their mouth, and they usually don't come through. But wouldn't that be something if I sold the truck for 50K? Wouldn't that be something? I doubt it, but we'll see. I mean, hey, it comes with 2 brand new steer tires. They've got maybe 1,000, 1,200 miles on them, if that. So yeah, just rolling down 33 here, headed to our destination. We got about 67 miles. We're about an hour away to drop this. It should be a little after 8, probably like 8:15 or something. I'm sure I'll probably stop and slide off somewhere and take a 10-100, if you know what I mean, and just keep on it trucking, because we're gonna let her roll and keep on trucking. Then we got to go get that thing for James Purdy, man. We're gonna pick up a cab air ride, so stay tuned, man. I figure I'd just get you in on this. Nice little area down here. Too bad the wife had priors, or she'd been down with me checking this area out. To be honest with you, if she would have been with me, we would have probably ended up just staying down here instead of going back to the house and doing shit up there this weekend.